Hey, Insiders, we've got a very special guest joining us here today who's recently just graduated from our flagship course, LMA, the Life Mastery Achievers program. And he's going to be coming on here today to share his experience from start to finish and everything else in between. And just before we get started, would you just mind telling everybody what's your name and where you're currently based in the world?
Yeah, I'm Bruce Wilcox. I live in Aurora, Colorado, which is just outside of Denver.
Brilliant. Bruce, thanks so much for coming on here. And I have to say, love your commitment, 4:30 a.m. in the morning with you. Thanks so much for coming on here, giving us your time. And curious to know, Bruce, what would you say was the biggest problem or challenge that you were facing in your life prior to joining the LMA program?
I think I found myself just going through life. I very much felt like I was in a rut. I was looking for something to get me out of the rut,
Mm,
something that would allow me to enjoy life
mhm,
instead of just going through the motions.
mhm. Right. And how would you say that was affecting your life by just going through a rut? Like, how was that affecting your life on a day-to-day basis? And how was it making you feel?
I got up in the morning, I had zero enthusiasm. I felt like going through the day was a chore.
Mm,
There were a few things that I enjoyed. I- I'm a school teacher. I enjoy my students. I really do. But outside of that, it was just my students and my wife got me through the day,
mm,
and the rest was just routine. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't really feel like I had anything to look forward to either, right? I was uh, just waiting to for it to end, not in a negative way, but I was just like, I'm gonna just keep doing this until something else happens.
wow.
And I didn't like it. I wanted something more. I wanted to control how I felt every day. I wanted to get up and have that joy and passion. I wanted to create goals and go out and know that I wanted to do something. So
How long would you say, Bruce, you were consciously in that pattern for? Like, how long did you know you were in that rut for consciously?
I would say a year or two. I think when you look back, it
Yeah.
was probably much longer, but there was probably a year, maybe two, that I just felt that weight
Right.
of what am I doing? Why am I getting up?
Right. And then whenever you came across LMA, did you have any concerns that may have prevented you from buying the program? And if so, how did you put those concerns to one side and step forward in faith and come on board?
Obviously there's a cost involved, and so that's always a concern. And I hemmed and hawed. I watched the program, and then I just decided that how much was I wasting by not doing this?
Mm,
And so it was time to take a leap of faith. It was time to do something to jumpstart the process. And you know what? If it didn't work out, I was at least trying something. Turns out it's worked out great for me. It's benefited me well.
wow. What made LMA? You said it turned out it was beneficial for you. What specifically made LMA course a great fit for you, Bruce?
I think there were a couple of things. First off, the first time I took it, it was live, and I've taken it several times. Each time, uh, I get something new out of it. And I think of the quote that Tim uses, you never step in the same river twice.
Mhm.
And that's absolutely true. But I think the first time I went through it, it was so uplifting, and there were things that where I was able to peel away. But I think what really helps me is I do have the lifetime package, right? So I would go back and I can watch the recordings, and I can, if I feel myself sliding, go back and do it again.
Mm,
And this time through LMA Live, I went ahead and took advantage of a VIP coach. I went ahead and did the challenges
mm,
that I'm not a person who likes to videotape myself and do that. And I was like, I've gotta step outside of my box. I've got to do this. I
right.
did. It was so beneficial.
Wow.
The looking inward in order to do the video, so beneficial.
Wow. And having gone through the course now, like I'm sure a few times, like you said, live, online, what surprised you the most, or would you say made you the most happiest about experiencing the LMA program?
I think what makes me happiest is every time I go through it, I just feel a little more. I feel like I've taken away another uh, layer off of my shoulders, and I enjoy getting up in the morning, and I enjoy, I get up early now to work out in the morning before I go to work, and I've made that commitment, and there are just things that have become part of my life, routines that just help me enjoy life so much more.
Wow. Beautiful, lovely put. And specifically, I know from what you've shared so far that obviously LMA has greatly benefited your life in different ways. But if you were to think right now specifically of one of the biggest shifts or benefits that you've experienced from going through LMA, what could you put that down to right now?
I just think that I look forward to getting up in the morning and spending time with my wife.
Wow.
That I have the communication skills, that I have the mindset that when her and I are together, it's quality time instead of just time.
Wow. Nice. And following on from there, Bruce, how would you summarize Tim as like a teacher, facilitator, and trainer? What would you say about Tim?
I would say of the entire LMA crew, but especially Tim, there's always a lot of energy. There's always this coach. It's like this constant coaching to make yourself better. It's not a pressure situation. It's definitely a help.
Mm,
It's a helping hand up. It's not someone who's dragging you through. Very inspirational, and very focused, very authentic. And I would say that about the rest of the team as well.
wow. Beautiful. And finally, last but not least, like Bruce, from your experience, you've been on board a few years now, gone through it many different points in your life. What advice would you give to someone who might be sitting on the fence about joining LMA, but they want to change their life, but they haven't made that commitment yet? What would you say to those people?
Uh, Take the chance. You are sitting in a place where you are not going to advance on your own,
Mm,
most likely. And this is an opportunity for you to open up, to grow, um, to make your life so much better. I don't care what aspect of your life you're trying to change, whether it's you're trying to be better at business or better at communicating or better just in life in general. I think any one of those people would benefit.
mm,
It's worth the investment in you.